Awfully quiet. That's because there's a loading screen. But we're back. I'm not quiet. We're back to streaming Guild Wars 2. Actually, why is it so quiet? Is it always this quiet? I bet as I do. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, welcome back to Guild Wars 2 streams. Well, we won't be screaming much because today we're actually doing a fairly easy zone. It is one of the starting zones. It is Plains of Ashford, so we're going back to Escalon and actually the starting zone of the Char, and you could say the starting zone of everybody, because Escalon is where this whole franchise started, and Plains and Ashford in particular. This is basically where the whole franchise started. This valley is quite historical, believe it or not. We won't see, well, we will see some dregs of the history, but the Char have trampled all over it. It's actually quite funny and quite poetic, I must say, that this would be the starting zone of the humans in the first game. Now is the starting zone of the Char, the mortal enemy from the very start of this game franchise. We are going to do our classic exploration, the thing that we do every legendary journey. We will do the collections. However, there's one more achievement that we're going to do today, and it's this one, Plains of Ashford Novice Explorer. Basically, this belongs to the tutorial section. It is a tutorial system that Guild Wars, ArenaNet tried to put into the game. At a certain point, quite randomly, they dropped it in. It is bound to each and every one of the zones. There is one for basically exploring like half of the map. It's not the entirety of the map, but it is an exploration achievement, and a reason why we're on this character. I will explain why in a minute. However, there are other achievements, of course. This one we don't have any progression on. It is similar with Saladin Forest, where we do actually have some credit though. So this is one that we're gonna try to achieve today as well. Apart from these, and world ranker, but that's daily. Don't pay any attention to this one. Actually, why is it on top? I don't get it. Never mind that. Don't look at that. Why we're on this character? We're not gonna do the whole exploration on this character. Not that she couldn't do it, because as you can see, she has exactly 1% of this map, which is the starting waypoint, which is, I think, something they give you automatically now. No, the reason why we're on this character is because our main character, the one we're gonna do the exploration on, is a mesmer, and she's, as a mesmer, she helps out with jumping puzzles, and there's a jumping puzzle for guild missions that is required, and she did that. She actually did that, or rather, when you move to that jumping puzzle, you have to move through a couple of waypoints, potentially from all the way up here, because all the waypoints from here all the way to the jumping puzzles can be contested. So, and as you run past them, you unlock them, and they wouldn't count towards the credit for this achievement for the Plains of Ashford Novice Explorer. They've added this one much later into the game, much later than I've been helping out with my mesmer with guild jumping puzzles. That's why we're on this character in particular, and we're gonna ding a couple of these. There's a point of interest, specifically, I don't think it's this one, but I've already dinged it, I guess. and we'll move south. As you can see, it still counts towards the credit. We'll slowly move south. I think this is the way, the point of interest that we are trying to unlock. There we go, Sharptail encampment. We don't have to hit anything else on this character besides the waypoints now, so moving on further south. There's the guard point Decimus waypoint, and I'm sorry if I'm skipping significantly the exploration part of this stream, but just for good measure, we're gonna go more down south and unlock the last waypoint, Longmar Estate. This is the jumping puzzle inside behind the door, and yeah, that one didn't actually count towards it, and this one is almost completely useless because it's always contested. And as you can see, even here, this one is contested, and yes, this waypoint, I believe, well, this one doesn't necessarily need to be contested, so but the normal progression is, of course, from this waypoint all the way down south. So you will ding these waypoints along the way. That's just something we wanted to clear out of the way. Longmar Estate, by the way, for what it's worth, is huge. It is like a huge jumping puzzle and basically a mini dungeon area. That one doesn't have any precedent, even though it is clearly human and very human tied. It doesn't have any it doesn't exist in Guild Wars 1. There is no Langmar estate, no such thing, so no reason to present it. So we'll move in with our Mesmer and start doing this map normally. Of course, moving from the Black Citadel, which would be kind of the normal progression. It's not the only way into the map. There is a way from Blaze Ridge Steps, which we have completed and could be our way in, and I believe from Iron Marches as well. Especially from Iron Marches, there is a way here. Neither of us, neither of these will interest us because, well, if you're playing the game, this is the most likely entrance that you're gonna use 99% of the times.
The Black Citadel on land we took back from the humans. It's our base of operations for further expansion into this region. We're pressing east and north, facing resistance from the Flame Legion and an infestation of Ascalonian ghosts. The legions need every soldier to do his or her part.
Okay, so first actually shows you the couple of hearts that are immediately in the starting area, and which will actually count towards our achievement. As you can see, it's quite cramped.
You'll encounter magical Asuran waypoints that you can use for a small fee to rapidly travel around the world.
Very useful information. Now, why don't I have a cape? Where's my cape? There we go. Now immediately. No, what the fuck are you doing? Now immediately we're hit with this slew of historical environments. This is that shaman's historical guide to Tyria. If you've seen my legendary journey at any point, you know I like to use this resource. This basically shows you an overlapping map of Guild Wars 2. That's all the background, with these highlights, which actually show Guild Wars 1 maps. Now you may notice something different, however, from our previous iterations of this showing. Some of these are green and they have a discontinued or discontinuous, I don't know, how do you say that in English? It doesn't matter. This weird jagged line around them. What this indicates, and as you can see, like Regent Valley actually has two borders all around. What these represent are pre-searing maps. What is pre-searing, you may ask? Well, pre-searing Ascalon is a term used in Guild Wars 1 to refer to Ascalon the Escalon area before it's been ravaged by the Searing. The Searing is a cataclysmic event that the Char casted upon the world, upon Ascalon, to decimate the humans and move into their territory. We're gonna encounter a couple of Searing crystals. Searing crystals are still part of the environment. However, the game has a very interesting sort of introduction where it's a collection of like 4 maps that you explore and run around. And as you explore these, you do various quests, and it's sort of the introduction and the tutorial. And at a certain point, you accept a quest which takes you into a mission instance, and when it spits you out, you're a couple of years later in this destroyed environment in basically what we know as Ascalon today, this dreary, brown, sad environment full of tar water and such. And it is a very interesting shift, because you can of course go back to the previous location. So this location actually in a lot of places exists in 2 different versions. One green, rolling and nice, one nasty and just overall destroyed. So immediately this would be the first zone. This one is sort of optional. There's no as far as I remember, no necessary quest to do here. It is a sort of out of way area. It borders Baradin's estate, and if you start as a Char in this game, you are actually fighting the ghost of Duke Baradin, or at least the statue that comes to life, and that's here, Baradin's estate. This lovely little place with this aerial view. I don't know how they got this from the game, but there it is. This is what it looks like. And yeah, it apparently has dungeons. There is actually a dungeon entrance, as you can see, catacombs, which we might encounter over here as well. Not much to say about Green Hills County. It is pretty much just a map full of mobs. The only interesting part is the Baradin estate as an outpost, the entrance to the catacombs. There are a couple of collection quests, and the statue of Balthazar, which is going to play a role in today's questing as well. So moving back to the game, we can scout around. Immediately we're hit with Renowned Heart. Help Talona Iron Thruster with her farm, squish spiders and their eggs, clean up webs, flatten worm mounds, and fill throws with hay. It is curious that we're doing these worm mounds, because that's basically an enemy type that used to exist in Guild Wars 1 as well. And also plagued every farmland around, so it is sort of a callback to even pre-searing Ascalon. This thing is, as you can see, it progresses really quick, which probably tells us there's I'm sorry, again yawning right on stream. There's probably not an event in sight, and we're done. That's it. We can actually go to the vendor, and if I remember correctly, these vendors actually have some nice things to sell from time to time. Not this one though, so let's just move on and forget it then. By the way, I will eat some nourishments, and of course also do lucky drake tails. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know how many. Oh, it stacks up to 2 hours. Damn. Alright, let's stack up an hour, actually. That's about the length of the stream I'm anticipating. It is not a complicated zone, and we only have 2 collections to go after, so basically we're just doing exploration and a little task on top. So moving on north here, there is a Centurion. Raise your weapon. I feel the need to test your mettle. I'm up to the challenge. Not a lot of lore here, I see. But he goes down very quick. No problem. This is an interesting waypoint and I'm sorry, renowned heart, where you actually you can defeat Skrit in like this northern area, and you can prevent them from stealing cannonballs. I think they keep running in here, such as this forager, and you can collect Devour eggs.
Let me guess.
That's in the cave. Sorry, that's not the Skrit in the cave. However, this is those cannons are, as you can see, quite funky because you can fire 3 of them right away, and then basically they go on a cooldown. So it's like forcing you not to do the same thing over and over, which is something you can definitely do in other parts of Tyria, where you can spam the same action. We're actually not going to do that. There is an event associated with going into this cave, if I remember correctly, and as you can see, there is also a point of interest. And some of those Skrit that I mentioned, apparently they are here. When they talk of Devour eggs, they do mean this cave. If I'm not mistaken, there's not a lot more caves around. However, as you can see, not many eggs in here. And I wonder if that's because there isn't a special event that goes over here from time to time, where you actually have to attack a Devour Den. A Devour Den, which also was part of Guild Wars 1 and its zone. It was quite an iconic location because it was quite tough. Those Devourers were not playing around. Anyway, we're way out of range again of the heart, so... But that's it. That's all we needed. Again, very easy. I do wonder whether I should read at least the descriptions or talk to these guys that give the renowned hearts, but hey, not bad. Looks like our soldiers will have a place to train now. And again, nothing interesting, but I do believe in Plains of Ashford that there are some skins that are for karma, and they are totally cheap here as well. Oh, here's the event with the Devour eggs. Luckily, we don't need any. Well, we don't need this event. There are a couple of events that we need to do for our collection today. However, it's not one of these. But this one is cute. You do like little music things. You attract the Devourer, and while they're distracted, you can destroy their nest, kill their hatchlings, collect the eggs, and bounce. Hand them in. And hand them in and basically be done with this event. Someone else will do it, right? No point of interest here, so no point in losing our time here. And let's move on eastward. Not a lot to say about these outposts. There will be others we're gonna have a lot to say about. Quickly switching over to that Shaman's map. Nothing interesting as of yet. However, there's another Renowned Heart, which deals with the Flame Legion. Now, the Flame Legion, of course, an antagonistic subgroup of Char. so you can defeat them in this area, and you can also disable or deactivate unexploded mortar shells, which is, you know, the only two things that you can do here, basically. Even though you have like these fine mortars up in here, they really reduced it to this thing. There is an event where the Flame Legion come attacking, come pouring into this place. Oh, there you go, an experimental mortar. There's actually something else you can do, and that is shoot mortar shells who knows where. So yeah, as I said, there's an event from time to time that requires you to kill a bunch of Flame Legion who keep spawning and spawning, and it is very easy to do the Renowned Heart then. We don't have time to wait though, or rather we can just spend the time waiting by doing the Renowned Heart at the very least, right? That's a good use of our time. So yeah, not a lot to do here, and not a lot to talk about either. Even though this was the very ground we're standing on was part of Guild Wars 1. Let me just check. Yeah, basically this one is. If we move more east, there's basically a stretch of land that is not part of the original map. It was a little better done in Guild Wars 1, those borders of these maps, because they can actually stop you with, like, this high wall would stop you in Guild Wars 1 because you could not jump. So if you can only run into it, you can't cross it. So it was a little easier to do borders. Of course, in Guild Wars 2 you can use this giant wall at the very least to do like an easy border. And hello, Seralindra, I'm sorry, I am a little bit uneducated. No. Hello. It seems like you're new here. Welcome here. Yeah, they tend to be a little drab. I agree, and also not a lot of development went into them. There are other zones where the devs made a lot. Plains of Ashford, I do remember them talking about how they didn't really have all the development time they wanted for this starting area, so it feels a little worse in comparison to like Queensdale. Queensdale, their poster child for a starting zone. This one just doesn't cut it. So and they do feel a bit samey. All the maps do feel a bit too similar. I gotta admit. Okay, we don't need to read this. However, there's always the protect the description over here. Protect the fisher folk from the drakes. Clean up tar. As I said, tar. I don't know where the tar actually came from. I don't think it's specifically mentioned in Guild Wars 1, but there were whole lakes of tar. No water whatsoever. Just tar. Which is interesting. As you can see, there was some cleaning effort, and as we've seen in some other maps, the Char actually tried to make this environment better again. It's not like they want to keep it ruined, even though it's been them who ruined it. Here we're actually entering a new heart, and again fighting the Flame Legion, the subset of Char that's split off. There is an event, which is fine. It will give us quick hard progress. Otherwise, you'd be doing the same thing, just way slower. Just fight Char, and that's it. These environments are, however, quite new. They didn't appear as good looking in Guild Wars 1 as they do here. Yeah, otherwise there's like this shortcut, which is very easy to miss when you're first discovering this zone, when you're first exploring. So yeah, here's where you can do the rest of the Renowned Heart. Turning off the power sources and fighting embers, apparently. These were a bitch to fight in Guild Wars 1. They were elementalists, and you gotta understand that Guild Wars 1 was a way different game in certain aspects.
Thanks. I've been practicing.
Oh, there are actually talking enemies. I thought End of Dragons was kind of a novelty in doing that. However, they do seem to be in some parts of Corteria as well. Oh yeah, the fire isles were overall very painful, but it's nice to see a fellow Guild Wars 1 player. It's a rare sight. Not many people who come around have played the first game. So me talking about Guild Wars 1 in this episode, when you're watching, it's gonna be a little redundant, I see, but I'm gonna do it nonetheless. For archival purposes. And yeah, just to explain to anyone who might come, in the first game, Embers were of the elementalist class, and the first game was much more sort of a D&D style game, where the casters were really potent damage dealers. But also glass cannons, so they were really squishy. They were really a sort of a backline powerhouses. So when they were like NPCs, of course, it would mean that they could wreck your shit up if you weren't careful. So the second game is nothing like that. Every creature is mostly on par, and some have more powerful attacks than others, but it's not defined by their class. Of course, what we're looking at here is the Great Wall, Ascalon's defense against the Char, and a successful defense up to a point, up to the Searing. The Searing was done specifically to overcome this barrier. Besides decimating the population, the Searing crystals actually hit the wall in certain areas and really ruined it, and just brought overall chaos into Ascalon, which helped the Char succeed. So we've done a little bit of this heart already, but this is basically just again help Char around their base, mostly doing F, pressing F on stuff, not very much involved. We can actually chide lazy workers apparently. I do wonder where they are though. There is a worker, you can talk to him actually, or her. I'm not going back into that yard. I've had enough work for today. How can you be so lazy? Get back to work. And he listens to us for some reason, even though we're human. I know we're supposed to be more friendly in the second game, but that still doesn't really explain the deep-rooted dislike towards humans, which in Guild Wars 2 admittedly is a dislike to all the other races basically. The Char are not very friendly folk. At least they didn't used to be when the game first launched. but more than
What now?
antagonistic, I would describe them as just overall grumpy. That's not the word I was looking for. There was a word that popped into my mind that was way more fitting. Anyway, we are at a landmark, I believe, or part. No, not yet. However, yeah, we missed the entrance to the catacombs. The original entrance to the catacombs. It was a bit underused because there was a much better entrance into the underground in Guild Wars 1. And because it was from the outpost directly. Here, this cave basically represents the original entrance into the catacombs, but one that you had to walk out of the outpost and fight a bit.
This land's been ravaged by humans for centuries. We intend to reclaim it from their ghosts and finally have our homeland back. These hills are treacherous, so get ready to do your part for the legions. You are an important cog in the machine.
So there were not a lot of ghosts in the first game around these parts. There were some. Oh, and yeah, we're already helping. So destroy one casks, kill ghosts, assist Iron Legion patrols, and light torches in the ruins of Baradin's estate. So Baradin's estate, we already talked about. I'm just gonna show it back. Just for illustration again, it is located right over here, nesting in these hills. So basically all you can see here, and these are basically the channels that we looked at in the screenshot. So if we open it again, oh, we already have it opened here. If you look here, these are basically the ruins of these water channels, which is kind of cool. The way they recreated it here. Of course, it's all arid now, all abandoned. But the underground is new. The catacombs, of course, existed always, but they were not directly tied to the Baradin's estate. In fact, they had nothing to do with any of the settlements except for the entrances. Okay, we can fight them with a wine bottle, as I can see. It is way slower than any of our weapons, so we're not gonna do that.
Time to do some real damage.
And yeah, all the enemies are pretty much very weak. I don't know what I'm blocking here. Not a challenge. Maybe I should explore a bit more. Definitely, there's an entrance also into these dungeons, I believe somewhere around here. Oh, and there's this event. We've seen it? No. We haven't seen this on stream. This one is quite fun. Those little cubs, they have these dialogues that they're constantly spouting.
How long do we have to stay here to win the dare? Longer than any other warband. I'll know when it's been long enough.
Anybody bring any Dolyak jerky? I'm hungry.
Ah! Ghosts!
Except for this interjection, ghosts, you're constantly gonna hear that throughout this event. We're not gonna do the whole thing. Enough to do the heart, which is immediately now, so we won't get stalled. If you want to hear some funny dialogues, I do recommend this event at some point. Moving on, of course, the entrance to the dungeon crypt, the dungeon-like crypt, is around here somewhere. And there's a point of interest, apparently. Char's Triumph, we'll go back to that. For now, we'll talk to the scout.
Our legions have plenty of work around here for idle paws. The Temporus and Exterminatus encampments can use every able-bodied soldier to help us clear the ghosts and tame these lands again for Char. Be on guard for Flame Legion raiding parties out there, and pitch in where you can.
Aye, aye, sir. Or ma'am.
The Human King was a creepy guy who killed all his people to save them from us.
And yeah, that's they're actually referring to a later part of the war, basically, is when King Adelburn did another cataclysmic event besides the Searing, the name of which eludes me at the moment, unfortunately. However, basically it was not the Searing that produced all these ghosts. All these ghosts popped up not because of the Char, but because of the former king. And I'm desperately looking for the entrance to the dungeon, to the catacombs, because you apparently need it in order to finish this map, which is what we're trying to do. I don't know, it's not up top, is it? No, it is below us. I do wonder if we can unlock it by walking onto this hill. Probably not. This is definitely not the intended way. Maybe an aerial perspective will give us a bit more clarity. Is this thing here? This looks... No, this is just a furnace type of deal. Why am I so daft? The entrance might not even be here, like, honestly. I haven't been here for so long. It's not even funny.
What are you doing?
Of course, what would a person normally do here, right?
Oh, I thought you were gonna throw up or something.
At least we get some more of the dialogue. Where the hell is the entrance? Where is it? It was very distinct. Is it this thing? It might be this thing, actually. It is this thing. It's just the... it's just facing a different way than I thought it would. So, that's why it was hidden to me. So yeah, basically you go down here. If you start as a Char, you do explore these catacombs as well. And even here you can interact with some things, and there is an open world version of this boss, I believe. But yeah, we did need it. We did need Baradin's vault. And this is not connected to the larger catacomb structure here. I don't believe there are the original catacomb tunnels in Guild Wars 2 anywhere. You cannot enter them. However, they were sprawling. It was like one of the bigger dungeons. Well, it was the dungeon of the starting zone. And it was quite massive. And actually there was an entrance from one outpost and another exit into the map, into a completely different map. So that was definitely interesting. It was a connecting zone that was completely underground. We're gonna move south, however. Still nothing new. We're still copying the same terrain, basically. And resurrect someone dressed like a superhero, or what the fuck is this color combination? Nice. Yeah.
I feel good.
Some graveyard and dug up graves. It is part of a, or in range of a renowned heart, which is all about, again, defeating ghosts. This time assisting Ash Legion patrols. rescuing downed soldiers. That always helps, by the way. And destroying Ascalonian artifacts and statues. So not only killing, but also smashing. But Ash Legion is not native to these lands. This part of Ascalon is given to the command of the Iron Legion, basically. We are still in Iron Legion territory. I skipped the jumping, as you can see people coming from way over here. Of course, if we didn't have a mount and we didn't break the game, we would have to do the same thing. There is an event. I'm gonna launch it just because there's no penalty for it if we abandon it in court area. So we might actually even get credit. Now that's the heart giver, and these are the artifacts. I don't know why they look like regular boxes.
I feel good.
That is kind of a shit design, I'm not gonna lie. And I see why someone would dislike these maps. Okay, hyena doesn't count, so let's not waste our time on it. And yeah, I've already shown you the way down into this little crevasse, I don't know, on the previous character. However, there's this zone, and this one is interesting because while it doesn't have a direct parallel in Guild Wars 1, and I'll show you on the map, nothing of this sort was in the first game. None of this graveyard part. But if we look at the historical guide, they took some liberty here because it was just out of reach of the Green Hills County. So there's a lot of it, including the jumping puzzle, of course. But this light little section is just out of reach of these borders. And presumably they built it somewhere between the Searing and when they were actually still fighting, because this was really just abandoned green hills and mostly villages. Like there was none of this architecture in around these parts. So yeah, kind of interesting. It actually reminds me of the arcane place. What is its name? The academy. I can actually look at the map. Nolani Academy. There is a similar structure of like magical columns or pillars that light up at the end of that mission, because Nolani Academy was a mission in the first game. So yeah, that's a bit of trivia. Hope you're enjoying. Moving back into the territory, and we are still in the Green Hills. Again, this base that we're coming onto, and I'm looking into the map. I'm sorry if my movement seems a bit counterproductive. This whole outpost is built on top of nothing. Basically, again, something that is just outside of the map, outside of the Guild Wars 1 map scope. And what you can do here is protect this exterminate this HQ just by killing the Flame Legion. However, we're coming up into or onto an interesting statue. This is basically like a one-to-one model from Guild Wars 1 of let's see if they say it here. Yes, this statue has an inscription. Look at this hero that stands before you, and let him be your inspiration. Pyre Fierce Shot, Bane of the Flame Legion, led us to freedom from religious tyranny. We owe him everything we are. So yeah, Pyre Fierce Shot was a hero in the first game, and an important character in the Eye of the North expansion. And the model is very similar.
Only as good as their training. Our frontline troops need to be the best. So we've set up a fighting pit to test our soldiers against the beasts of the region. Do what you can to help train them.
Right away. It is built on top of, and I will show you that, on top of the Green Hills Caravan, apparently. Which is a mobile outpost. So not a necessarily interesting place or important place in Guild Wars 1. However, it is the very location we're standing on, apparently, or just jumped down from. So yeah, I don't know what to do with that information. We'll actually loop back north, and here we're coming on an interesting outpost. This whole metal thing was built on top of a very prominent place in Guild Wars 1, and that was the plains of, I'm sorry, not the plains of Ashford, the Ashford Abbey. Ashford Abbey, basically the one place that the whole map is named after. Ashford Abbey was the first outpost basically that you visited. These photos are terrible. This is a little better. Yeah, more like what it looks like. But yeah, here on the right, you can see the entrance into the catacombs I was talking about. Nowhere to be found in here. And a statue of Dwayna, one where you could actually interact with the avatar Dwayna. Not much to be seen here. There is the back of the cave, which would suggest that this actually goes down into the same catacombs that we explored in Guild Wars 1. It is kind of funny that there's no sight of the Abbey in Guild Wars 2. Not the statue, not the building, nothing. They just plastered all over it. And again, the Renowned Heart is not remotely creative. It's just kill ghosts, kill spiders, and that's basically it. Unfortunately, not much to show for it. Nothing that would suggest the historical importance of this place. Yeah, no nod towards the Guild Wars 1 place. Which in this case might be a little bit of a shame because it was such a prominent location.
Simple distortion and ta-da!
And a place to get many quests, and where you would first enter your first dungeon-like area. Otherwise, the progress is also very slow in here. I guess we're actually going to the wrong directions. They don't even mention Devourers, that we should kill Devourers. However, they do count as credit. Spider eggs, those are mentioned. This is gonna be easy to squash all these eggs. I don't know why the animation is so long, but whatever. Hooray. I guess it's a little more dangerous when you're low level. These spiders can really ambush you. But I remember nothing of that sort.
Feel the fury.
ghosts and going north, there is actually some wreckage. And they label it as Callahan's Haunt. So comparing it to the first map, it doesn't ring a bell actually. I will have to look and compare it more carefully. We are between this large rock, so directly north of the Abbey. And if we actually overlay it, give me a second. If we actually overlay it, okay, I was lying to you all this time. We are not at Ashford Abbey. We are at a completely different place. So yeah, that's my bad. We're way east still. No, I'm sorry, west. God damn it. But yeah, there was nothing also in Guild Wars 1. So, however, I do wonder, Kaloon, is that how you type it? Is that how you write it? Kaloon? No? Callahan, I'm sorry. It's Callahan or something. Yeah, there is a Captain Callahan, so that is a reference to the first game. He actually appears here in the Great Northern Wall. Don't know his involvement in any of these quests or any of the quests in Guild Wars 1, so interesting. But yeah, we're not at Ashford Abbey. I'm sorry that was a little misplaced. I'm constantly like, Guild Wars 2, you have such movement speed that I would be at a different point already. It's not the case. So yeah, this is a completely unimportant place, which would also explain why there's nothing that would reference Guild Wars 1 except for this little corner of the map. But there is an entrance to the dungeons, isn't there? There's like a mini dungeon in here, if I'm not mistaken. There is at some point, and we'll run across it, I guess, eventually. For now, that is it, isn't it? That's the entrance. Yeah, and right now it's blocked. I don't know if you can actually walk through. Oh, that's the shortcut that we encountered earlier. But it's blocked for now. I didn't even know you can... it does that. That you can unblock it, probably with one of these events. That is really interesting. And right here we're actually running into Grawl. Grawl are also one of the older enemy types from Guild Wars 1 and from the very start. They've always been part of Escalon, the Escalonian environment. The toppled wall, of course, we're in the ruins of the North Wall, and a portal to the northern map, as I said earlier. But yeah, the Grawl have a very interesting event that we will have to wait for. But this is a pretty good location from the first game. One that is really recognizable, and that is the statue of Balthazar. So I'll fly higher, show you the thing. This is a really good model, actually. They keep reusing statues in Guild Wars 2 everywhere. The same statue, the same model. This one is very different. It has like the blindfold on Balthazar, which is all kinds of cool. But yeah, this is a very recognizable piece of environment because this was actually the entrance portal or right beyond the entrance portal into the Green Hills, I believe they're called. Yeah, the Green Hills County. As you can see, there is a portal, and there is the statue of Balthazar, even in the first game, and it's really good. Can you see it? It's like really accurate to Guild Wars 2. Like, holy crap. And even like the environment, the way that you can walk around it from the right and the left, and it's so narrow, it's right among the cliffs. This is all very familiar to or similar to Guild Wars 1. So this is a treat to come across if you're a veteran of this game. Of course, not many people would be nowadays. But this is in a lot of aspects an entrance. And of course, the statue of Balthazar is way more prominent in the first map, or in pre-searing. Post-searing, as you can see, it is part of a much larger map, and basically like this little narrow corridor is not that impressive. It's not like you walk through this portal and suddenly like this opens in front of you. And of course there's also the searing crystal right near it that is not there, of course, in pre-searing. So yeah, very, very interesting place, and also one that I'm talking in length about because we have to actually wait here for an event. So one of the collections requires us to kill a Grawl. So Grawl were very numerous in Green Hills County, so it's cool to see them in Guild Wars 2 in this area as well. Basically, what they do and have always done, they worship everything that kind of looks divine. So of course this statue is prime for being worshipped. I'll just quickly check the event. The event actually has a patrol route apparently, and it's around this cliff right this way. So if we don't want to miss it, we should also do a little bit of a patrol. I don't have my trusty gathering tools equipped. Wow. So yeah, I don't know how long till this event spawns. I don't even know if it does it have any pre. It is only followed by, it is not preceded by. I don't think. It is allegedly bugged, perhaps requiring a new map instance to spawn. So hopefully that's a lie. Hopefully that's a myth. But we'll see. We'll just keep running around. There is a renowned heart where we need to kill harpies anyway, north of here, just north of here. So we may do that. Kill harpies and also recover artifacts. So the Dermot Priory as one of the orders of Guild Wars 2, and one of the things they made very prominent in their like promotional stuff. We already encounter here. Basically, if you followed Guild Wars 2 development, you would have known what the Dermot Priory is even before you started the game. Actually, there was a big hubbub about which order you're gonna choose in Guild Wars 2, and it was supposed to be like a big part of your character's identity. As we know, that isn't the case. That didn't turn out to be quite accurate. And we have a nice vista view of the Searing Crystal. The aforementioned Searing Crystal. I'm actually gonna put the lights on. Hope that's better for the webcam. So yeah, vistas, of course, always unnamed. A couple of these totems just respawned, or I'm sorry, demonic effigies. However, not what we're waiting for. We're waiting for a Graal to respawn. Yeah, this might be quite boring for quite a while. We've been playing for 2 hours, but that includes my personal time, so not to worry. We've been live for around an hour only so far. How much of the map do we have explored? 42%, which is not stellar. It's also not nothing. However, I predicted an hour for this stream. It's a little more now. However, not according to the boosters, so we haven't been in this map for that long. Around 45 minutes on this character.
I feel good.
Of course, that means we've already lost bonuses from our food, so maybe we want to pop that again. Nourishment is important. Okay, I hope to all the gods of Tyria and all the arcane alchemy and all the other stuffs, all the spirits of the wild, and all within the dream, that this event is not bugged actually, because we kind of need it. We kind of need it for these collections. It's kind of the whole reason why we're here.
I feel good.
We'll be slowly chipping away, and I mean very slowly chipping away at this heart, because seeing the rate at which enemies die, I am quite concerned that someone will just jump in and do the event solo, without us being able to tag. There, come on. There is a little bit of a weird place here, a ritualistic place. I don't know, can I do something to like help it spawn, or is that not a possibility? You stop. There you go. Let me just check again. Is a level 7 group event? Okay, it is a group event, so the boss might not go down so quickly, but there's really no suggestion that sorry, really no suggestion that this might spawn anytime soon. There is an API for this stuff, which I don't know how to read. I don't know how to like that just helps with the little marker on the map, doesn't it? That doesn't help me. Anyway, no indication of time to spawn or anything. We will have to be patient for now, and we'll see if it doesn't spawn in, I don't know, 10 minutes. 10 minutes is a lot, isn't it? But yeah, if it doesn't spawn in any like reasonable time, we will have to abandon it, unfortunately. I am also tempted to relog, whether that wouldn't help, but I don't actually see a prompt to change map. It doesn't seem like these maps close very often.
I feel good.
And new instances spawn, which I think it should do once in a while, no? Like the server might purge the maps every once in a while, because that's how bugs happen. If you let it run infinitely, a single instance, of course, like sometimes it would break. I don't know why I'm fighting these Growl. I should be fighting Harpies, right?
Endures.
Yeah, we're still not done here. I don't know, let's attack this nest of young Harpies. That might give us a lot of hard progress. Good cleaves. Alright, we're not getting the Plains of Novice, Plains of Ashford Novice progress, especially because like the only thing we're missing is actually a single waypoint, which we should be able to get, right? Like we didn't. That's got to be somewhere south here, because of course it's all the starting areas. But yeah, still no sign of the event, which I don't want to spoil. But it does have to do with the Grawl, and the Grawl is a boss. I could have read this Renowned Heart at the very least. See what it said. Too late for that now. Yeah, this is frustrating. This is not good. I do wonder if I should abandon this and come back later, or like relog or whatever might help. Yeah, still no. Still no one spawning around the Searing Crystal. Agnos George. So this is apparently called Shards of War, and there is a plaque. I don't know, a plaque. I think that's what it's pronounced like, right?
You're seeing things. Your mind will betray you.
Something to describe this. This weathered plaque appears to describe the crystal in front of you. Examine. A crystal remnant from the Searing. The ruthless Char used their magic to destroy much of human civilization. Is that a human plaque? Their efforts were rebuffed by the people of Escalon. King Adalburn remains in power, and the Char will soon be driven back. Of course, we know that didn't happen. I am, however, curious that the Char haven't uninstalled this. There is a plaque we overlooked here as well. This ancient plaque has an engraving on it. Examine. Balthazar, god of war and fire, worshipped by those seeking strength before battle. Someone has crudely carved the word Badazar over and over again. Crudely wrote, so Badazar, huh? Must be an inside joke. I don't know. Martyr's Woods. I don't know whether there's like maybe an NPC that can launch it. I do vaguely remember something about an NPC marching north here, and actually encountering the Grawl and interacting with him or something. But yeah, let's just grab this vista, I guess, which shows us already the statue we've seen. Pyre Fierce Shot, one of the heroes of the Char, the one who set them free basically from the Shaman caste. He's the one who started the revolution, not the one to finish it or anything. In fact, there is interesting lore in that he was a bit of a drunk towards the latter parts of his life, and he was a bit selfish and he is a bit of an anti-hero even for the Char. And there are certainly more inspiring characters in their lore. But yeah, we're still waiting for a single event. I hope this is worth your money. Luckily it's free. These streams are free. Even though, if you would like to support me, I do have a Patreon. I know there's no one who would watch me long term at the moment. But if you'd be interested, I do have a YouTube channel as well, where I post all of my VODs, everything I record here on stream or broadcast on stream. I do post there eventually. And yeah, there is also a Patreon where you can pledge any amount and support my work, which helps me stay motivated and pay the bills and you know, keep producing this stuff, because of course PC equipment is not cheap, and I needed to buy this microphone and so on and so forth. So yeah, I'm regretting this. I don't know, maybe we should move, or maybe switch the map then. Maybe a fresh map will actually help. Can I still guest on servers? Should we go into like a not a very populated world? Let's go to a French district. Why the fuck not? Right? Right? Is there a Spanish district? That one is fairly full. Guest. Homeworld, world versus world will not. Guesting in Arborstone remains in effect. Oh, okay. There's a limit of 2 guest worlds for 24 hours. I don't care. Let's guest. I don't know why they still have this system. It doesn't affect anything but world versus world. It would, however, seem we are in the very same map, I guess. I don't know how to tell. I could have posted IP, but the command IP. We are on 58. Which, you know, I don't know what we were on previously, but I'm guessing it's no different. I'm really glad I popped my consumables. That helped a lot with running around. Okay, I guess we'll have to move. Because this must be super uninteresting. Anyway, let me just describe it in case we wouldn't run into it all stream. Basically what happens, there's a Grawl that spawns, and he is known as Badazar's champion. So the jumbled name that the Char apparently given Balthazar, they use that as a as an official name for the statue. Ascalonian catacombs. So yeah, this is basically the entrance into the this is where the catacombs are. Of course, they're a dungeon in Guild Wars 2. However, the entrance is completely new. If we were to compare it to that Shaman's historical guide, we might notice that the entrance right here somewhere is nowhere near any known entrance in Guild Wars 1. So yeah, and you can't actually you actually cannot enter the catacombs from post-searing. There's no other entrance, so this entrance is new. It doesn't also overlap with any other previous architecture, as far as I remember, because we're in these hills, and the closest thing that there is Althea's Actor's Stage, which is a pre-searing. A pre-searing location, and looks like this in post-searing. It's completely toppled, which there are a couple of instances where these buildings defy gravity. In reality, you can imagine this would crumble and probably wouldn't stay upright, but artistic choice. But yeah, this doesn't look nothing like it. Maybe this arch, right? But it's definitely not defying gravity, as the picture suggests. There is something south of here. This might actually, well, no, these are Iron Legion architecture, even though it is in the middle of some ruins again.
What do you want?
A bugged achievement, perfect. Yeah. This is. Can I click the one who's got the? I'm sorry, achievement event. I hope this is not the one that actually launches this. It's Thessarius Driven Hail. That's not the name of this NPC at the very least, so, and none of them are Thessarius, so good. At least it's not this event, although they point towards the north actually. It's not that. It's not this that would be bugged by. This time-worn plaque remembers the tragedy of Ascalon. It bears an inscription detailing the hill's historic significance. Here atop Viewing Hill, the hero Fry Fireburn of the Flame Legion, along with his warband, were forced to witness the doom of Char and humans alike in the sorcerer's destruction of Ascalon City. Though Fireburn had warned his brethren of King Adalbern's trap, they disregarded his pleas and stormed the city, leaving Fireburn and his warband bound upon Viewing Hill. When Adalbern's magic devastated the city, Fireburn and his warband were the only survivors. They spread news of the tragedy and live on in legend. And I think this describes the events of Ghosts of Ascalon, the novel. One of the novelizations of this game. Well, not novelizations. Novelization would suggest that it follows the same plot. No, this is just part of the lore. But it is about the cataclysmic event that Adalbern's done after the searing. So apparently we're supposed to be wiping out the ghosts and helping the Char retake the, and this time it's the Blood Legion, but retake this ground. Don't know what it entails, if anything, beyond killing ghosts. But it's probably just killing ghosts.
Time to do some real damage. I feel good.
It goes very slow though. I do suspect an event is near. One that we don't need, but that just unnecessarily inflate the time it takes to complete this heart. Plains of Ashford is a bit different. I'm sorry. From all the other starting maps. and I mean all the other starting maps, because it doesn't have a prominent world boss. In fact, it has no world bosses, nothing that would be classified as such. So yeah, that's partly the problem of the char maps, or this one in particular, that they didn't really have the budget or the scope to do these things, and never added it. Anyway, I'm actually rolling back in hopes that maybe the event is back. Maybe it's going, but it would seem not. Our IP was 58. Let's just do the character select again, because I don't want to leave without it. After all, I do need it for the collection. So we are in Arborstone, apparently. Can we just go back to the desolation? I don't want to. Am I guessed? No, I can guessed. Okay. Let's go to the desolation. See if it did anything. So this guessing used to help a lot with these instances. I doubt it will help again, but you never know. Actually, that was maybe we should actually enter. I'm sorry. Enter a populated server. No. Who plays a lot? Germans do, don't they? If we find a populated German server, that might actually help us, because the game will try to put all the Germans together, and maybe create an instance for them. Maybe. No, it's still the same. We're still in 58. We're still in 58 and no event in sight. I think I need to abandon it. I think we need to leave it. Never mind. Let's move south for now. We'll loop back to the renowned heart over there on the west eventually. For now, let's move south towards these hills, where we would help Gavros spirit vote thin out ghosts by lighting torches to guide patrols and otherwise kill. This one is an easy kill. Come on, bam. Then we resurrect. Also use some fireworks. Which gives us experience only from kills, but that's fine. It also gives magic find, which is handy.
Feel the fury.
And yeah, there's the entrance to the mini dungeon I was thinking about earlier.
Time to do some real damage.
Hold on, I'll close the inventory right away. Don't worry. I don't plan on having it on all stream, but we do have to throw these drake tails in order for them to be replaceable in our hand. Okay, we got 43 minutes. Will that be enough? We'll see. Let's rush this. So there is a mini dungeon, I believe. There is you can like involve these Ascalon hammers in some way, shape, capacity. I don't really remember, but there is something to do. Maybe it's just an event that randomly spawns. Maybe it is something that you can help spawn. Either way, it is like a little bit of a mini dungeon here. Probably not labeled as such, but here nonetheless. We'll just light up this couple of torches and be done with it, though. let's continue on southward and read this why am I struggling with certain English words so much? Ethereal Vanguard Monument. That was pretty good, wasn't it? I don't know. The old ruined letters read, the ethereal, again, Vanguard will challenge all who are worthy. If anyone's worthy to challenge some ghosts, it's me. I'm a ghostbuster. There is Captain Matox. I don't quite remember him from Guild Wars 1, but he may have been there. Something tells me I would have remembered a name like that, but then again, what names do I actually remember? Have we finished? Yeah, we finished the heart. Of course we did. By the way, while we're here, I will talk to the scout before we actually do all the hearts in the area, and they don't have anything to tell me again. I do like voice acting. That's the reason why we're coming here, right?
The engineers of Iron Dock Shipyard are at the forefront of underwater technology, but they're constantly harassed by wildlife, not to mention the separatists who've built a nearby camp. Their vital work must continue unimpeded.
Okay. So, Ashford, these are the Abbey ruins. Now, these don't look anything like the Ashford Abbey. Perhaps this was the place where the Ashford Abbey stood. There is a little bit of a cave too. It doesn't have much more than a troll and some underground passage. Probably a reference to the original catacombs. And rich copper vein, which is always nice, but yeah, it's a dead end. Kill it, thank you. Wow, quite a lot of bonus XP from that. But yeah, this is apparently these are the ruins of the Ashford Abbey, so there you go, there's a reference to that prominent place. Not much more to be said. Moving on south to the Ashford Forum. Actually doesn't overlap with anything. Can we? Okay. In Guild Wars 1 it's just called that because apparently it's quite near Ashford Abbey, and yeah, this one actually shows me something that we've already done, exactly as I was sort of concerned. We won't read what this hero challenge says to initiate us. It is one of the tougher challenges for what it's worth. As you can see, it takes quite a long time to actually kill her. There are these pits though. The fighting pits are interesting. They are about the only renowned heart that is remotely cool. However, the pits don't actually, they're not. Do we have to talk to an NPC? Apparently we do. Bracchus Bloodstand. Yeah, so okay, no, it's not this guy. But there is basically a voting system on what you fight, if I remember correctly. However, the pits are not working at the moment. I don't know if it's downtime or something, but we can't do that. So instead, we can use Panila's rifle to capture Minotaurs and Drakes. Oh, so we need to capture our enemies first. And the rifle is bound to be somewhere south of here. No, we need to talk to Panula. Who is over here, maybe? It says help her, so I am assuming.
That's mighty.
Give me that rifle. So, what am I supposed to capture? Minotaurs and drakes. So, minotaurs and drakes alike. What's the range on this, though? Where else can I... And there we go! We got the novice achievement at the very least. We won't come out of here empty-handed. So yeah, this gives us an explorer's box if you'd be interested to see what's in. It is an explorer booster, which is handy, I guess. I guess it's handier for... starting characters, of course it is. But not so handy for me. There is a vista, quite interesting to get to, as you can see. No obvious way to get up here. And the little island in the middle of the lake, which again doesn't really have anything to do with the first game. Actually, that's a lie. Well, not this one. This one is like completely uninteresting from the perspective of the first game, and that is because it is quite out of range. Where the hell are we? Oh, we're around Foible's Fair, of course. Yeah. So, and apparently there was another entrance to the catacombs. I don't recall that one, or an exit. But yeah, there's not much to glean from the first map, so I'm not even gonna show it. However, we will try to continue with our thing. We are way out of reach of the renowned heart, though. And there is a hero challenge, which maybe we'll do with the rifle. The orb speaks as if imprinted with a memory. The new effigy is complete, but who would be foolish enough to help us test it? I'll do it. We just kill the engineer. That's easy. And a veteran, apparently. Someone comes to help us. Good. Otherwise this would take forever. Not that I don't see myself managing it, but there's also a point of interest to our west. And we jumped into the water. I assume we lost our rifle. Of course. Perfection. We never did this renowned heart, did we? Interesting. It's Exterminatus HQ again. And apparently this is in range. All of this is in range.
Maybe I never saw it coming.
Alright, this might speed up the process. A big ass lump of enemies that we can cleave down at least a little bit. This one bleeds out, then we resurrect, we get out of combat, so it might be a little easier. It's hard again, fuck. I'm gonna cast that. There we go. Alright, the rezzing is not that slow, gives a bit of progress. A bit. And then it's back to fighting. There we go. Enjoying yourselves. Okay, so that should be the whole west part of the map, of course, we do need to continue. By going back into the pits again, or by the pits.
What is it?
Okay. I think I know why people dislike this map. There are some drakes over here. Salamander drakes. We need to get them under 50%. Okay, now we can catch. Perfection. We got a single drake. There's another over there. Let's not step too far into the water.
I feel good.
This is a really annoying achievement, isn't it? How did you do that? Do what? Someone actually whispers me. Alright, this guy doesn't know how to read, apparently. I was gotta ask how I did the capture thing, which is quite funny, but never mind. Thank you, helping me weaken this. Thank you. You don't know what the fuck you're doing either, right? It's so funny. Seeing people come from other games, apparently like super oblivious and clueless and stuff. It is interesting. Yeah, this is a little more involved. Of course, it prolongs the heart significantly, but you know, it's fun. It's a new mechanic. Let's see whether the arena already unlocked. There's a minotaur. Someone's killing it. Oh, what I would have done for minotaur kills a while back. It was my next to last thing that we needed to do for the Slayer achievement. That one is done already, at least the Minotaurs. This thing still doesn't start. Like, what the fuck am I else supposed to do? What the fuck else?
Legion calls.
Really? Well, we won't be able to, I guess. Not anytime soon. So yeah, this map is quite populated. Still not populated enough to like... I don't know. What the fuck are you doing? Why are you just straight up killing these guys? Fuck, this one is off cooldown. This fucking sucks. You're getting no hard progress, are you? Are you actually? Is that something you do? Am I the only one who's not getting progress? No, don't kill! Idiot! Okay, this counted actually. Good. So we're done with this hellish heart. No, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It's, you know, a little different than your normal killing in a zone. It's a little more involved. Never mind, we are continuing on our journey, legendary journey that is. I know it doesn't seem like it because we're bouncing from one easy heart to another. But yeah, there is a Windrock maze, which this one opens up into this is a jumping puzzle, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. There is a little bit of that, or maybe another mini dungeon. Not quite sure anymore. But an Ascalon Basin, which opens up into another map in Guild Wars 1. This one is interesting because it has a Devourer Cave on it, but also a malfunctioning equipment, which is there is an event that spawns quite often underwater here. It's not here now, but we can fix equipment, kill tar elementals, and test out weapons. Actually, I don't know. They say Sesto's weapons, which is, I believe, I guess the NPC, of course. Yes, what can I do to help? Experimental, sign me up. Thank you. There are some experimental grenades, apparently. Throw a grenade that explodes. Don't know what's experimental about it. Throw a grenade that explodes in an oily burst. It has a lot of interesting side mechanics. Throw a grenade that explodes in a fiery conflagration. I don't know whether we can test it on the drakes. I guess we can. Throw a grenade that explodes with a bang, causing knockdown. Explosion radius. The radius is interesting. It has a different icon with a bang and a knockdown. Okay. Yeah, they're just grenades straight up. You can auto attack, and it counts. And it's boring. Not really all that impressive. Anyway, we're done. We don't check for wares, but as you can see, like, there's this Iron Legion harpoon. The Iron Polo Arm might be a special skin that you hardly get anywhere else, so this, you might be on the lookout for that. There is another Renowned Heart, and I do remember this involves killing people. Finally, we won't be killing only Char and Grawl and stuff. This is about the Separatists. So of course the Separatists are Escalonians, former Escalonians of the Human Empire, of the Escalon Kingdom, the remains of it, who are very north, I must say, very far north, over here. They're usually around the Ebonhawk fortress, right? But they are the ones who basically, there was a peace treaty between the Char and the humans at some point in the past, and Separatists don't really agree with it. They still view the Char as enemies and would rather see them dead. And that's why we are fighting them, because Char are our friend in Guild Wars 2. This guy is a captured guy, apparently. We'll set him free. This makes this hard a little easier. What makes it harder is all those people around who kill all the humans. Anyway, we can always dig into a suspicious bush and find someone lecherous in here. No, find the creep, a creepy pervert.
You'll be doing that one for days.
Okay, did they recapture this engineer? Didn't run far, did they? Anyway, let's set them free again then. That's a different engineer. A different Char. Okay, so fuck off that. Heart done. We're not gonna go to the heart vendor, but obviously keep an eye out for any Specific skins. Lore Claw waypoint. Again, nothing that would directly reference Guild Wars 1, even though it is part of the Region Valley. So most of Region Valley is not actually explorable in Guild Wars 2. However, this is the northern tip of it. Nothing that would probably directly reference it, though. We can look at the vista here and what the Char have built upon this once a hill. I do remember there was like a river, but that was the most of it. There was a river and a bridge, but this island was part of the mainland for the most part, and this little rock formation did include a Devourer cave. So there should be some Devourers. Apparently they're not here in Guild Wars 2 anymore. The entrance is probably built over by the little outpost, so there you go. We have missed a vista. Again, don't quite remember how to jump here, but it is more involved than just jumping from the lowest point over here. You have to go around the cave a little bit, and there are more human ruins among the Char ruins. Of course, we said that this is likely or possibly the Ashford ruins themselves. Well, no, that's this abbey ruins. So this is the abbey. This wood on the first map corresponds to well, basically nothing. There's nothing along the way here, so I don't know what these ruins are supposed to represent. There's not a lot in Guild Wars 1 that would be from stone in this place. This is a very unassuming part of the plains. So some artistic liberty was again taken. There is a
Welcome
scout.
to Ascalon City. We're still fighting a battle hundreds of years old to reclaim our rightful lands. Something has to be done to drive the ghosts out for good.
Alright, so luckily we haven't done both the Renowned Hearts, so we can actually listen to this. Which reminds us that the Char were actually the first here. They were the well, the history is complicated, and there are still debates on who is actually the rightful owner of these parts, but for the most part it is basically that this is Charland and has been for as long as you can remember. There is a siege master somewhere around these parts. We will need another event and be on the lookout for it. However, that's way... Oh my god, we missed it. I thought that's way more on the east or in the east. It's not. It's actually in the west. All the way in the west. So we kind of missed that. So 0 for 2. Of the things that we could have done here. This is tagged as a group event. It is a champion, but I doubt they're going to be so difficult that we wouldn't be able to take them down. Okay, alright, I was wrong. I was gravely mistaken. We need to get the fuck out of here as soon as possible. Fuck. Okay, let's just fight regular as ghosts. That's also a valid strategy, right?
I feel good.
Anyway, very gloomy, very disgusting looking environment. Some ravens here. I do assume these are for the Nevermore collection, which we have already completed in the past. Nevermore is one of our legendary weapons. Already finished. It is actually crucial to go up these stairs though, because there is that hero challenge up there. Also leave me alone, please. There are these battle plans that you can actually grab as well. Those are part of the Renowned Heart. We have so many kills that it's not necessary for us to grab it, especially if it's an item that would just get stuck in our inventory forever again. And yeah, besides the point that this is like part of the air crackles with a mix of magic and tragedy. The residual energy of the faux fire and its Ascalonian victims will never be truly purged. And that is it. That's the name of the cataclysmic event that I've been talking about since the beginning of the stream. It's the faux fire. The faux fire is the name of the the powerful magical surge that King Adelburn caused, and basically wiped his own people alongside the Char. So yeah, there you go. The downfall of his own kingdom is pretty much partly in his hands. Moving on, we will get this vista, which leads into a troll cave, which hides a little bit of a chest thing. Basically, this is the starting area of it all. The part of the Great Northern Wall, that is the first thing we see in the entire franchise. That's basically what you're looking at. And yeah, no. Okay, these won't let me pick up the chest. It doesn't matter though. Well, we can like kill them, but I don't know if it's necessary. There are so many peasants and adventurers and stuff because he resurrects allies? Is that really a thing? The reason you're seeing so many peasants is because this was a regular ass city, an outpost in the first game. So it makes sense that there would be civilians basically, no soldiers and stuff. I don't know if that was the intended thing, but there are a couple of ogres now. Those were definitely not part of the Guild Wars 1 experience at any point, I believe. Like, no ogres existed in Guild Wars 1. Those are purely a Guild Wars 2 edition, so nothing historical about this place. Nothing remarkable from the perspective of the first game. There is an event that happens quite often here. Unfortunately, it apparently is not running at the moment, which is a shame. That would help us in our exploration significantly. Right now, we're then relegated to just pressing F and killing ogres. Again, as you can see, the hard progress is not stellar, and yeah, it's basically to retake this ogre settlement, the achievement, I'm sorry, the event that is going on in here.
Mirror, mirror from the sand.
I hear like gusts of wind. Is that coming from the game? There are these sniper rifles though. Those are interesting environmental weapons because you can actually use them as a killing tool. However, I don't think they are very potent, and they might actually be part of a different heart. They're not. Never mind. But the sniper rifles are... they do quite a lot of damage. Unfortunately, they don't one-shot these things, so... they're not as great. However, they might help you destroy these things quicker, especially if they're this close. Right? Hey, that's what's up. But yeah, basically they're just and they have range. That's their you know, they're snipers, of course. Like you can actually snipe the rock dog from way over here if, you know, the projectile wouldn't fly into the ground. There is a vista above us too. Cool, and there's quite a bit of knockback on it, and a little bit of bleed, which only helps with keeping the target in combat. Otherwise, because the dog doesn't have any any way to get up to you. It's an interesting quirk of the engine. And there is a sniper rifle nest, basically, a sniper nest. A quirk of the Guild Wars 2 engine: if the enemies can't reach you in any way, they will start to regenerate health rapidly, like really rapidly. If you get off their mesh, of their navigation mesh, they will start respawning so fast that sometimes you're not even able to kill them, especially if they're like more of a more spongy enemy. So I guess ArenaNet actually put the bleed on it to combat this very problem. I do think like that's why I remember these sniper rifles as being so useless. Maybe it's because they didn't have these packet of bleeds on them originally, and because they didn't one-shot the enemies, they would just leave them like damaged for a second, but they would just quickly regenerate the health back, and it would be totally useless to ever use those sniper rifles. But it's my speculation. We're coming up to the last renowned heart south of us. Quite unassuming again for being such a historical place. Right here, these parts. These hearts are very light on any kind of references, or these places in general are very light on any references to Guild Wars 1. Basically what you do here is just like help some Asura with some bullshit mumbo jumbo crap. You gather these oily sacks and you bring them to the Asura scientists, and mind you, we are out of range basically of the of the first game. There was nothing here, definitely not this far in the south. That's not quite true. This was part of Fort Rennick to an extent. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, there's the Ascalon Academy, which is a single mission, and I actually remember like you enter it through here, and the Ascalon Academy is a PvP arena basically, which is the part of your sort of graduation, or your the part of the mission that moves you from pre-searing into the post-searing Ascalon. And yeah, basically the path that you take here is sort of the arena part. So that's basically like this place. And beyond that, you have Ascalon Arena, which was a PvP arena, which was eventually closed. And this portal couldn't have been used, and the Ascalon city was over here. And as you can see, south here, this is part of the Regent Valley. This is what I was talking about with the separatist part of the map, but most of the Regent Valley unexplorable. And Fort Rannick, which runs a little bit into this map, along with the Secret Garden. The Secret Garden, of course, being a later part of this map. I don't know if this was always a landmark, and as you can see, it doesn't even have an official name in the game. Wow, this is spongy as fuck.
I feel good.
Let's help these guys out. There you go. And plenty of oily sacks though. But yeah, I don't know if that part of the map was always in the game. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking about this scale event and what the fuck is going on with this heart, but nothing about the description tells me anything closer to what the hell is going on. Anyway, I don't know if that was the part that used to be a part of the game always. They just decided to populate it with an NPC that didn't exist before, but eventually they parked Professor Yuckington along with his human counterpart. I remember the, god damn it, I remember the Doliac more than I remember the human's name, but anyway, this is just beautiful. Perfect. Yeah, whatever. Part of this was the Vale, where they parked this traveling duo, which was basically a collector, a very involved collector. There are some counterparts or similar mechanics in Guild Wars 2, where you have like a collector that appears like once every I don't know, like 3 months, 4 months or something in the same place, and otherwise they travel all around the world. Basically in Guild Wars 1, they added this feature very, very late into the game's development, or you know, the game's life cycle, where there would be a collector who gave you very, very good items, very like important items. Well, not important, but very valuable. That's the word I'm looking for. Very valuable items for collecting these collections. And actually, it's one of the things that helped me in my GWAM title in getting the achievement from the first game. And god damn it, I didn't even... The ruins of Ascalon City still resonate with the centuries of both Rapture's glory and total destruction that have transpired within. Alright, so there's a little bit of a description, a little bit of lore. Yeah, part of this is actually flooded then. So that was our last hero challenge. We are still missing a hero point, I'm sorry, point of interest, which I don't quite know where we missed it. But we apparently have. Let's get somewhere more safe where we don't get harassed. Actually, let's go to the Bedazar statue. See if we have any luck with the event that we're here for. Okay, 02 for the collections that we actually came here for, which is not stellar. And yeah, this seems bugged still. Unless someone else did it, which is always a possibility, you know. What if you open the chest? Oh, that's a squid burglar. I was suspicious of what the fuck is this chest that wasn't here before, I don't think. Or I don't remember. Come on, god damn it! Oh shit! We only have melee weapons. We are late. Are we? We're not gonna be able to catch up to it. Seriously? Okay, we succeeded. The script failed. We succeeded. Anyway, the event is still broken, unfortunately. Let's actually wait in range of the other one then, before we look at what was it we wanted to look at? I don't know why is there an invisible wall though? Like what purpose does that serve, huh? Why can I not fly over the... Whatever, you get me. The barrier, that's the word I'm looking for. I am completely at a loss for words. Okay, destroy the Flame Legion barriers. There is supposedly an event that precedes the one we need, but it's actually a different one. It's some rampaging scale. Kill the rampaging scale. Which is an event that is more around this waterfall. Oh, okay. So this is exactly what we need though. We need to kill this scale. And don't want to attract the yellow ones. But we just did. So never mind that. Okay, and this one is supposedly, it's not a pre-event for this event, however it is blocking spawn of this drake that is supposed to spawn here, a veteran drake, or oh, it's actually a drake brood mother. So unless you do that event first, or if that event is actually active, you have to complete it before this event spawns, the one that we need. Also, there's this dodging challenge, of course. Like I've shown this a million times how to get here, even without dodging. It's very easy to dodge. However, you can also just get on the mount, get here, leave on the mount, get out, goodbye.
Feel the fury.
So we'll have to wait for this event to spawn as well, but this one should spawn. There's no no notice of, you know, it being broken. There is something I wanted to talk about before, and I completely forget it now. It's probably not important. Oh yeah, I wanted to look for the point of interest. Yeah, that's the one we're missing. We cannot complete the map without you know, getting it. Ah, there it is. Okay, luckily we walked past, and it's actually the one we got with the other character, so maybe that's why we didn't get it with this one. It's one we got with our Rev earlier, and because I thought like this zone is already all discovered, I didn't bother to go around that way, so that may have been a problem. Sorry, I need to hydrate. Goddamn. Ghosts. What the fuck are ghosts doing here? Yeah, I'm gonna lose my mind waiting for these achievements. Sorry, events. I thought this would be a shorter stream and an easier map exploration.
Thank you.
I was gravely mistaken. What the fuck? They have mines over here as well? Oh, I know why they have these mines. It's like to prevent you from cheesing it by jumping over instead of dodging. Which only makes me wonder why they actually chose this this place out of all in this map for this type of training. Of course, this dodging training, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I don't think that this is very effective at teaching people to dodge. Obviously, not every attack is like a stationary AoE that you need to dodge through. Sometimes you don't even need to dodge directionally, right? This one is actually teaching you how to dodge an attack and close some distance, which is not always what you want to do. Sometimes you just want to avoid an attack, but generally remain in place, which is something they could have taught as well. I don't think this tutorial is very good, especially because you can cheese it with a mount, and I don't know if ArenaNet assumes that when you have a mount you already don't need any training. Au contraire, mon chéri, you can actually get a mount very easily. Just think about it. You buy Path of Fire, you get a level 80 booster, and you get a Raptor in the very first instance of that expansion. Even if you suck at the game, you don't know what the fuck you do. Because of the way the personal story is structured, or living story or whatever, because of the way the story instances are structured, you cannot fail them. You can just throw yourself at the problem until it disappears. You will get the Raptor regardless of your skill. Then you take it here and they like tell you you have to dodge it, but you won't even fucking read the description because you're gonna be like zooming around and doing wee because you have short dodges. Remember, you haven't trained your mastery, so you do wee, then you stop, and then you wee, right? And then you run across this thing and you're like, what the fuck is this? Wee, chest, thank you. And then they throw this at you and you're like, what the fuck is this? Fuck off. Wee! And you're out. And you learn nothing. So, yeah, completely useless. And I hate it. I hate the fact that it's here. And the fact that it's just like a... that it's a part of this game forever now. And it's like your allies teaching you how to dodge by throwing deadly traps at you, and when you blow up and hurt yourself, they are just like, yeah, see, you thought you learned your lesson, didn't you? Like they approach you like you were a child, or what the fuck? I don't. It's just like I hate every single part of this thing, except for the part where it might actually teach some people to dodge. That might be a thing that might happen. But I don't know why they at least didn't make it like a mount trap. I know why, because they introduced it before mounts. They actually put it in before mounts were part of this.
Trouble.
It's so stupid. Anyway, that's just a talking point before we before this event spawns. I don't know what the cooldown on it is. Is it on the wiki? Did they actually say that? Off cooldown. There is some. Every 30 minutes after the event last ended, while in-game day lasts. While in-game... Why is it so confusing, the description? Is a level 4 dynamic event that occurs in Lake Veritas every 30 minutes. Okay. We're potentially going to be here for another 30 minutes. Oh my god, I'm going to lose it. After the event last ended. So I'm guessing we're beyond that point, because like The event, I haven't seen this event. Well, we're definitely beyond this point. Like, I don't know why I speculate about that. But then, while in-game day lasts, so I guess we're at night. Let me do /time. Yeah, it's 22:26. We're actually at the start of the night. So even if we're lucky, and well, I suppose we are, and the event, you know, ended 70,000 years ago, even if that's the case, we're still gonna have to, even if we don't have to wait the full 30 minutes, we still potentially have to wait till daybreak, right? Which is when exactly? That is, in fact, in 30 minutes. That is not gonna happen for another 32 minutes. Holy shit. Is that for real? Is the night fucking 30 minutes long? That's insane. This is torture. This is torture. I wanted to do End of Dragons 2 today. God damn it. Alright. It can spawn in the night. Is that the thing? Is that how I understand this thing correctly? I'd hate to miss it, and I'd hate to wait here for another 30 minutes, but okay, this might be the first legendary journey where we didn't actually do the collections. Might be the thing that happens here, just so you know. Anyway, I'm going to collect the points of interest, so at least we have this map explored fully. But let me just, okay, in case we don't get it on stream, because if like if we don't actually get these events, I will wait for the Drake. But what was supposed to happen for the Dreamer? We were supposed to do this. Dream of Badazar. As you can see, the description is Badazar. Haha. They wrote that name wrong. Dropped by Badazar's champion. In Martyr's Woods, in Plains of Ashford. This is the bugged event. This is the one that doesn't spawn, at least to my knowledge. So yeah, we would kill the champion, end the event, and we would get this. It's supposed to be a group event too. Like maybe we wouldn't be able to get it either. But regardless, we could tag up, right? That's the least we could do. But yeah, we would get this item, and that would be our thing for the collection of the Dreamer. For the scale, I still hope we're gonna get that. That's not gonna be a problem eventually, but we have to wait for the night to end. We got a congratulatory letter, fairly brief today. Good work exploring all of Ashford. You nearly got your tail kicked, but we're confident you'll go on to do better next time. You've got the makings of a great explorer. I don't know why the fuck they are talking about me getting my tail kicked. That's not what happened. But anyway. So we will wait till daybreak before this event will spawn. Hopefully we'll get into a different IP. In the meantime, what I'm actually gonna do, and what I kind of wanted to do on stream anyway, while it's night, we will switch on to our newly decked out equipped character. We have a fisher now. We have a fisher character. So yeah, Maya Shatterglow is our new fisher. She will actually do today's End of Dragons daily, which consists of fishing. Duh. And we'll do the Ascalonian fisher, because it's actually, well, it's daily, right? So it's this thing, daily Ascalon fisher. But we'll also combine it with trying to get some of these unique fish. We don't have many of them, so Basically, we can I think we can fish like anywhere we want. We just need to find a body of water, which shouldn't be a big problem. We just need to travel a bit. But there's plenty of water in this map, actually. No puddles. No puddles. Alright, I wish... for a little faster travel. I guess we can like do this and then get the Griffin. The Griffin is relatively fast. I think the Beetle is still faster if you've got the... Well, anyway, there's some water. There's also some water. I don't know if they have any fishing holes in there, but in case we would want them, but it's fine. I just want to point out that I also have a fishing rod as a weapon. So the ultimate fishing equip. Alright, so we can actually catch something in the noxious fish. I do wonder if found in the waters of Escalon, lake fish, fishing hole, lake fish, noxious water fish. Oh shit, there are actually some. I would need lighting bugs though. Any, but in daytime, noxious water fish, favorite bait, time of day, any. Okay. We can try to look for the black crappie. We'll look for the black crappie in this fishing hole, and hopefully get a lot more in the process. Here we go. Oh shit! I forgot to eat my fishing food. It's too late now, I think. Holy crap! It's actually still hard. We're still getting hit with the red marker. Alright, we got the smallmouth bass, which is something we've already had, so not very exciting, but there's our fishing food. But yeah, I got my bait, I got my lure, I got everything. As you can see, the food got us over into the yellow zone. So it's not that hard to catch this fish anymore, which is handy. Come on, really? Thank you. And there it is. That's the black crappie. Okay, what else can we look for? Open water now. Open water. Okay, and this one favors fish eggs anyway. We're just gonna cast into open water, try for the common fish, I guess. Alright, this one is very easy. It's a cave crab tonic. Okay. Didn't know you can get this, but apparently we did. I don't know what to do with it too. Of course I can use it right away, but I wonder what guild enhancement I should pair this with. Fishing. Does it count as gathering or something? I doubt it. Definitely not the PvP track though. And there we go. We caught another smallmouth bass. That's it. That's it for today's fishing. I don't particularly care for, you know, spending my whole day fishing, even though we have time. Waiting for that event, that cursed event. But oh no, we ran out of that bait. But fish eggs, that's one of the things that oh no, I actually All right, I actually didn't equip the bait on purpose because what if I need it for catching some particular fish, right? So yeah, I didn't have any bait equipped. I need to remember that the next time. Anyway, let's log off this character then, because we decided to make her a fisher so that our food doesn't deplete, right? And wait for day. With Charlotte, yeah, it's not day yet. There are some lake elementals, but we're still in the same IP, exactly the same IP address, so this fucker also respawned. We need to make sure this guy is not blocking the progress. I hope the rampaging scale is not something that prevents, is not something that like resets the cooldown of this thing also. That would fuck with me. Okay, 20 more minutes to spend in this map. I don't know what to do, like shall we do like some lore or something? Do I talk about this map a little bit more in detail or something? I don't know. There is something, and I guess there's no one in chat anymore, not even, and I'm sorry, I will read your name again like a toddler, if you are still around. Sarah Lindra? Sarah Lindra? Okay, better. I guess you're not around. I do see one watcher or one viewer. I don't know whether that's just like a bug thing again, where it just shows that, but there's no one, or at least they don't communicate. Like I have a single stalker watcher who just doesn't ever say stuff. If there's anyone around, maybe it doesn't matter that I'm gonna be silent. However, there is a concept for videos that I would be interested in seeing whether someone would be interested in. See, I'm not good at doing live stuff. I don't know why I picked up streaming. Well, I know, because it's lazy content. It's just genuine lazy content. I don't hold it in any high regard. Of course I hold it in high regard for those people who provide entertaining streams. Like I can see that some people have a knack for it, obviously, but it's not my case. However, I would much rather produce edited videos, because I think it suits me more, like the type of content that I want to produce, and I want to showcase. Also, because my presentation would be better. I wouldn't have this trouble reading stuff, you know, and sometimes coming up with natural sounding sentences, because English is not my first language, and as much as I would like to, you know, delude myself into thinking that I am quite fluent in English, I do find myself struggling sometimes in conveying my thoughts. Maybe if I talk in Czech, it's not much better a lot of the times, but at least, you know, I don't have to think about it. Whenever, like, I talk in Czech, it's much less of a struggle. Because it's the language I was born with, and the one I communicate with people on a daily basis. I don't communicate with anyone in English. Basically anyone but this chat, and sometimes this chat. Rarely this chat. but mostly with I'm talking to myself. Like, that's the experience I have with English. So yeah, I'm struggling with it, and I think it shows in my presentation. And I don't think that it's very pleasant to listen to me talk, let alone trying to get anything out of it, like anything of informative value. So I think I'm better suited for edited videos because I can, like, you know, put it all into outtakes. I would have a lot of outtakes, I think, but you know, I'm just not a good. I'm not rhetorically skilled. I'm much better at writing, so maybe if I read it. Then again, like my reading in English is like first grade level. It's terrible. It's trash. Regardless, I think it would be much better, like leagues better, way better. Maybe shall we like do the fucking story as well? Like, shall we do the End of Dragons then? Shall we do the End of Dragons, or maybe like some End of Dragons? Like, let's do something. Like, I can't fucking stand and just do this. Let's do the first instance of End of Dragons. Actually, let's not waste time. So we did want to go on Lucy, actually, because this is like my second playthrough, and I hope this won't take the 16 minutes that. But the first instance is not that hard, is it? Then again, those instances roll into one another. Well, we'll see. We'll just see. Let's do the Act 1. So take out the chapter boss that's way far in the future. Release yourself from your cell. I remember that's right at the beginning. Clear the armada. This is the one I'm trying to do. And avoid all cannon fire and spinning traps. This might be challenging to do at the same time as thing before you leap, but whatever. We'll try to keep our distance. It shouldn't be a problem on Ranger, right? We have this after all. I don't know why I have a druid build. We can put it to this. Also, I wanted to check whether there are no hidden achievements in this story. So, if we actually go to Guild Wars 2 efficiency, we can check the story journal. Intervention, the Great Escape. There should be 5. I see 5 achievements that are not done, and I believe I see 4. Scan a friend to be sure they're not hiding anything. Can never be too I don't see this one. Is this one hidden? Yeah, this one is hidden. After the start of the mission, when given access to the special key to locate the base, point at Marjorie. Can't trust a pirate. It's in Can't Trust a Pirate. That's the story instance. So that's later. We have to be mindful of that when we come to that. Anyway, let's start. Let's do this. Oh my god.
Research log
There's this.
428.
I forgot.
Latest results still inconclusive. Elder dragons awaken, consume magic, and leave nothing but annihilation in their wake. This is the way it's always been. The dragon cycle. Unimaginable suffering through the ages. Countless lives shattered. And instead of uniting, some capitalized on chaos.
Yeah, you looked up to this bitch before. Sorry, I'm gonna be later on commentary. I already streamed all of this, albeit in Czech language, but...
But some of us fought back. heroes across Tyria banded together.
This is for me.
We came from different corners, but shared a vision of a better tomorrow.
Oh god, there's the intro though. Like, I'm not even gonna be able to get through the intro.
Not everyone
sequence.
made it. Then came hope from an unexpected place. Aurene, who we raised from an egg. With the prismatic dragon on our side, we have a chance. A chance to finally break the dragon cycle. We've slain 5 elder dragons. But what's the right path forward? Every elder dragon death has made the whole system more unstable. There have been many theories. We tried to keep balance by replacing them, but that turned out to be impossible. We're running out of time for answers. I'm running out of time. One remaining elder dragon is out there somewhere. I don't know what awaits us.
Champion, I need to speak with you. Something's happening, and I'd like to discuss it. In person. Also, if I'm honest, I wouldn't mind seeing your face. Again. In person. Don't let that go to your head.
Alright, I know I said I won't be providing too much commentary, but I do need to comment on this, or feel the need to comment on this. Putting the rendering quality of the intro cutscene aside, because I don't really like the pre-rendered stuff, I don't think it's all that better looking than in-game footage. I know it's way more economic, but I think it's not, it's not as crisp. Anyway, I have to say, from this intro cutscene, if someone's new to this game and this is the first thing they see, or basically one of the first things they see from this game, I think they must have like really good expectations of this game. I think that this intro cutscene is so good and has so many like memorable moments in it. And like cinematic moments in it. It looks really good, and I basically became cognizant of that when Jormag and Primordus went at it against one another. Like, it is such a short and a cutscene in an otherwise shitty fucking instance, but that cutscene itself, like that moment where they clash and they just like fucking fire their magics into one another, that's fucking dope. It looks really good, in the and again, like in the context of the instance is shit. It's dog shit. I hate it, but just seeing this in like a slideshow, it looks pretty good, and Guild Wars 2 along with it. Hello, Ari.
It's wonderful to see you. Even with Jormag and Primordus gone, I noticed Tyria is still standing. Seems the Exalted were a bit off in their predictions. Disaster hasn't struck. Yet.
The world does feel different, though. Can't put my finger on it. Like, change is coming. Real change.
I feel it too, Champion. That's why I wanted to see you. I've begun to perceive something. A distant presence. An ancient presence. It's a ripple in the mists. Like a dolphin in the deep, sounding to sense what's out there, and I want to respond. But before I do, I check my visions. All my possible futures converge to one point. Today.
And you can't see past it.
and I can't see past it.
Are you sure? Does it mean you die?
I'm not sure of anything, except my urge to respond, to say, yes, I'm here.
You're not scared?
I'm intrigued. I'm intensely curious. And even if I die, we know I won't stay dead.
We think.
Whatever it is, I can handle it. I just wanted to tell you, before it all begins.
How does it begin?
I'm not sure, but I know it involves Timey and Gorik.
Then I'll talk to them.
Commander.
Kaith.
Oh, you're back. That's, good. That's great.
Is she?
Something to do with Gorik.
Yeah, okay, so Gorik and I have been up here doing research, looking for a way to end the dragon cycle. Cause, like, who needs that noise every 10,000 years, am I right? So many dead people, and the cleanup is insane.
You were talking about Gorik.
Right. Gorik got a message from an old colleague.
Ah.
An old Inquest colleague.
Ah.
Anka. Anka. He's mentioned her a couple times. I've never met her. Says she was tracking Jormag and Primordus.
Ah.
She has some data. Would he like to see it? She'll trade it to us.
For what?
Doesn't specify for what. Red flag. Come meet her at Lorner's Pass alone. Second red flag.
So, Anka offers him something she knows he'd want without asking for something in return?
Yes.
Why would she do that?
Exactly.
Oh. She likes him.
Exactly.
Why do you care?
I don't know.
But you don't trust her.
Why should I?
Why indeed?
I'm sorry, are you worried for Gorik's safety?
Yes. I'm worried for Gorik's safety.
You want me to go find him at the pass? Bring him back?
Alchemy! Would you? Please? Thank you, Commander.
You came.
You asked.
I like that you trusted me.
Why wouldn't I?
I haven't always earned it. Being back at the Grove was different this time. I know we Sylvari tend to come off as sophisticates of the highest order.
Oh, indeed.
But the truth is, even we Firstborn have only been around for 30-odd years. Our culture is immature, emotionally. Knowledge we have, but knowledge and wisdom are different things. I think back to when I was with Fowlin. I don't recognize that person. I had no idea who I was, but Aurene changed everything. I'm a parent. Of a sort, anyway. Being back among them, I realized I don't belong there anymore. My world, my perspective have
broadened.
I knew you would understand.
Ups and downs. Could do with fewer of the downs. Some days I wake up feeling like it's gonna take 9 bolts to the brain pan to get me out of bed, you know? But most days are fine. And we don't need to talk about the other days.
Have you been getting any rest?
Not enough.
That's not true. Okay, yes, that's true. I'm just getting so close to figuring out where all that magic went. That's not a good excuse, though. More rest, fewer symptoms, happier Timey. Gang's back together, huh? I mean, not the whole gang, obviously. Ritlock, Kaz and Jory.
Timey.
Ram's at the lodge. Logan's back in Krata. Kanak is with Saida. Zafiro with the Zaishin.
Timey.
Garm is with Ram. Aaron Snapper dead. I don't know where the heck Zoja is.
Timey. I'll get Gorik. It's gonna be okay.
I know. Not bad, considering it's mostly speculation. There's so much we don't know, or don't know we don't know.
You have Aurene.
and she's been super helpful. But she's only one elder dragon, and not exactly typical of the species. We have so many questions. How did she ascend? Where did the others come from? Are there any more out there?
The Priory thought there was at least one more. The Water Dragon.
Draconology is an evolving field of study. Hypotheses must be supported by evidence. They live their lives on a timescale we can barely comprehend. Some days I wonder if they're knowable at all.
But, like you said, we have Aurene.
And she makes all the difference.
Never leave a wrong to ripen into evil.
I just wonder where Bangar is. 2 minutes still at the end of the night. I won't start another debate. I hope this saved. If it didn't, it doesn't matter. I'll just replay it, I guess. We're going back to Charlotte then, and back to the content at hand. Yeah, short stream. Short, sweet stream. Shouldn't have planned two things at once. Anyway, let's make sure the scale is dead. It is dead. I'm just gonna check for the IP again. Foolishly, we're still on 58. Nothing changed about that. So, a minute and a half. I'm just gonna check whether something didn't happen about the other event. Maybe we'll be lucky. Martyr's Woods. Fuck me in the asshole. Such a shame. Such a shame. Anyway, let's roll back then. I don't want to miss the other event as well. That would devastate me. That would truly devastate me. Damn it. Where's the gap? Oh, way further. 30 seconds. Okay. Broodmother, not here. Rampaging scale, absolutely here. We need to fucking kill him. Kill it. Okay, it's 5 seconds. And it's dawn, which is not technically daytime. If I do /time now, we might potentially be looking at another 5 minutes, which apparently equates to an hour in Tyrian time. Something about that. It shows 5:03 as the current time, so 5 hours in the morning. So I'm guessing the dawn actually takes 5 minutes and an hour of in-game time. I don't know. We'll do it at 26. I suppose we'll be at 5:05 by then, right? What if I do time now? We're at 5:12. Oh right, yeah, because it's a full hour, not half an hour. I'm not dividing in half an hour. I'm dividing a full hour into 5 minute chunk. Yeah, it's a little more than that. 60 minutes divided by 5. 60 divided by 5 is actually 12. Is it 12? Yeah. So 12 minutes equates to 1 minute of real time. 12 minutes of Tyrion time equal to 1 minute of our time, so... Which is all kind of fucked, if you think about it. Like, days are way shorter. However, the years are equal to our time, so... That makes no goddamn fucking sense. Anyway, it's 5:24. Still part of the dawn. But we'll be patiently waiting. I don't know how long to wait after 6 o'clock in the morning. What are we waiting? Let's say another 5 minutes, real time, i.e. Another hour till 7 o'clock, or do we do something more like 7:30? I am tempted to do something like 7:30 or 6:30. Sorry, 6:30.
Legionnaire, did you see those flame legion down there corrupting like Veritas? There's tar everywhere.
We've also got elementals emerging from the tar.
We might need to park our character here afterwards and just like wait for the events, log in randomly throughout the next day, a couple of days, and hope to fucking all that's holy that it will actually spawn the events. Either of them in turn. I don't know. This one we might be able to get today, right? There are some tar elementals. I don't know whether they actually affect the event, but that will help with it, just because we're getting bored here. I don't know which one of these count. Everyone. Okay. This also doesn't spawn in the night, does it? This seems to be a daily exclusive. Or daytime exclusive. We're probably gonna get a credit for this now. I'm just gonna check for the scale again. Make sure he's not back, or it's not back. It's not so far. And we're looking at the end of dawn any second now. Any second now. Cool. Okay. The scale is not here. It's 30. It's daytime. It's showtime. Come on. Come on, give me some good news. Like, we're in a map where definitely, like, it didn't spawn, right? It may have spawned when we were off, but if that's the case, I'll be very, very sad. Scale is not back, is it? Anyway, expect a very abrupt end to the stream if the scale doesn't end. I'm sorry, if the Drake doesn't spawn within like 2 to 3 minutes, I'm just gonna rage quit it. Like, well, essentially, like, did I put my pasta in the fridge? I think I did, so maybe I just need to brush my teeth and go to bed. So maybe not so many things that I need to do before tomorrow. But still, this is not how I envisioned of spending my time. It is my fault ultimately for not keeping an eye out for this event in the beginning. But the other event being bugged certainly didn't help. Like, me waiting for it probably missed the time slot of the day, and we rolled over into Tyrion night. And now we're waiting for this fucking event. So yeah, anyway, I'm probably gonna end the stream very abruptly. after, and even after it spawns, just because I want to like do some stuff today before I go to bed, because of work, right? So yeah, expect that. Otherwise, or maybe like, I don't know, maybe we could pull a, well, either way, we've been streaming for almost 3 hours. We are closing in on 3 hours. I just don't want to prolong it unnecessarily. So yeah, I'm just gonna quit it without any ceremony. The day is 67 minutes long, or 67 from now. So if it means that it spawns within like the next 30 minutes, like, I mean not within, but after the next like 25 minutes, that would be just, that would make me fucking question an ArenaNet's decisions to include this shit in like weapon collections. This is insanity. Like, waiting for this event is just so stupid. How are you supposed to know this shit? How are you supposed to know that it spawns here in the first place? Like, what the hell? That's also what's coming to my mind. And there are people all around constantly. Like, you imagine they kill it 2 minutes before you get here, and you're forced to wait for another 28. And then they maybe like kill it 2 minutes before you get here, but night starts in the next 26 minutes, and you're like, fuck it, I'll come back around another time, I guess. Because this is insane. Okay, alright. I'm giving it 2 minutes. If it doesn't spawn within 2 minutes, I'm guessing the broodmother doesn't spawn at all, and I can go fuck myself. So I'll go play story and yeah, not be here. Also, at least we won't cross the 3-hour threshold on the stream, so that's gonna be good as well. Yeah, prepare for this stream to end very, very soon. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed our today's legendary journey. I sure had a blast before this fucking soured my day. And yeah, we're gonna see each other 3 more times before we have the Dreamer. One is gonna be an Escalonian map. One is gonna be a Shiver Peaks map. One is gonna be a Crichton map. Once we do all these, we will finish the collection, I guess, in we will finish the collection, the rest of the stuff that is required for it, that is not tied to the map exploration. And yeah, we'll see about the rest of this. Then we'll craft the legendary, and that's gonna be it. Like, I'm sorry, I'm too tired, I'm too exhausted from commentating on this whole stream to say anything. Like, I'm out of words, I'm sorry. Anyway, thank you for joining me on this part of the legendary journey. It's definitely one of the worst steps, but we are not even closer to the Dreamer collection or the Mood collection, but we're closer to full map exploration, world exploration, basically. So yeah, thank you for your attention, and I'll see you next time, hopefully with some other Guild Wars 2 streams, and goodbye. Oh! 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 Haha! That's the event! That's the fucking event. This guy's lucky as fuck. He doesn't even know. There we go. There we go. Oh my god. Yes. Fucking yes. Rock Drake Broodmother scale dropped by the Rock Drake Broodmother in the plains of Ashford. That's the description, by the way. So, like, if that's all you got. Anyway, that's part of the mood. Unfortunately, as you see, as you've seen, the Grawl event doesn't spawn. It just won't spawn, or at least, like, I don't know, if there's like a cooldown described here. I don't see it. They just say it occurs in Martyr's Woods. It is, by the way, followed up by the kill the Grawl shaman before they complete the ritual. And by another event all around basically all around the statue, so that's also probably not blocking the progress of this event. So yeah, no reason this shouldn't spawn. It is bugged. It is I am fairly confident. We are still guessing. I can probably try one of the other maps, whether something hasn't changed about that, but I will do that just because we're still continuing the stream.
I could outrun a centaur.
Let's log out, character select, world select, let's guest in Miller's Sound again. And log back in, check our IP, probably get the same one because yeah, the population is not great. Log out again, guest in Arborstone. Frenchy motherfuckers. Check the IP, get the same. Of course, nothing changed. I don't know. Look in here. See if there's like a I don't know. Plains of Ashford. What the fuck would I be even looking for? This time, you know, this map doesn't even like spin new maps because there's no world boss. That's the problem. There's no world boss, no new fucking shards spawn because no fucking influx of players Zerg rush into this map to just fucking invade it for a second and leave abruptly when they're done with the world boss. So this map never fucking respawns. And ArenaNet doesn't give a fuck that they have this fucking bug that's plaguing this fucking collection. Because like the players are just patient and they'll fucking wait for it and they won't report the bug. And yeah, can they fix it, please? I will report it right now, okay? Alright? I have waited a million years for this. Let's just write support, report a bug. Let's do, I don't know, what the fuck is it? General PvE environment, dynamic events, blocking progress. Of course, it's not an exploitable issue, but it is. Badazar champion. Badazar's champion. Growl rampage. Champion Badazar's champion is also called Badazar champion. Badazar champion. All right, whatever. it's a bugged ass fucking champ. So Batazar champion, it's the name of it. Not spawning. The wiki lists the Batazar champion event. Defeat the enraged Grawl rampaging through Martyr's Woods. List the Batazar champion event as bugged in let me see, in Plains of Ashford as bugged, and after spending more than 2 hours in the map, okay, let's say, yeah, it is more than 2 hours, isn't it? 2 hours in the map, I do believe this is accurate. Unfortunate, this is accurate. Apparently the event fixes itself when the map when a new map is opened. However, due to Plains of Ashford being the only starter map with no world boss, the map almost never closes. This is frustrating because the event is required, because yeah, the event is, that's fine. I should write the completion of the event, but that's whatever, because the event is required for the Dreamer, for the Dreamer 3, the Lover Collection. The Lover, okay, all right, bug successfully reported. Okay, we did our duty. I hope you are happy if you're gonna see it in the next patch, that they fixed it. There you go. We helped, wiki helped, hopefully anyway, thank you for your attention. We'll see you next time on one of the other streams. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 bye. Bye bye bye. Bye bye. Bye. Why did I have the fucking inventory open all this time?